some people come here, some musicians come here with their wives. They're crying, both of them. You just imagine how people can feel.
Well, if you are, you know, a musician of such a level,
Yes.
it's almost like your life has ended. You know,
Sure,
it's
yeah.
huge loss.
Yes, yes. Yeah, because you've been all your life
Oh, yeah.
practicing, studying, and living for the music,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden,
Gone.
it's off. I mean, you.
Who are you? Yeah, it's defined
Yeah.
you, hasn't it? It's defined who you are.
Exactly.
And suddenly.
I mean, you don't recognize yourself. I mean, who am I? Who am I? And it is very difficult to deal with these people. Who am I? Because they have lost their identity. All that they were believing, all that they know is lost.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
where I am, and I always say, you are right here. I mean, you are not gone. You're just lost. You're how do you say? Well, you're just lost. But we are going to recover you. They are going through a very horrible period, and obviously it affects their social environment, family. They become very introverted. They don't want to speak with people. They have sleep disorders. They are nervous all the time. They are about to, always like a cat, like the nest of a cat, They are at odds with the life. I mean, they are fighting against the wife, against the children, against the workmates, against everybody. I mean, they are completely transformed. And sometimes it is very difficult. They say, Joaquin, if I just can see the light at the end of the tunnel, that would be wonderful. And I say, don't worry, you're going to see it right now. But you will want to see more than that. You are not saying that you just want to see that, but in fact, you want to see more than that. So it's easy for me to show them the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
But it is very difficult for them to accept that they are conforming just with seeing the light. They want more than the light. And I say, no, wait. If you see the light at the end of the tunnel, it means that the tunnel has an exit. But you have to take time, allow yourself time, because it's going to take some time. So the only thing I want you to do is to walk. You walk. But if you walk one step, don't think that you have reached the end of the tunnel. No, you keep going. In due time, you'll reach the end of the tunnel, but you keep going. They think that in one step they are going to hit the target, and I say, no, you just walk. If I promise you that the exit is at the end of the tunnel, you just keep walking. It is so difficult to make them keep walking because they immediately want results. I mean, they immediately start judging from a musical standpoint. So the musician prevails again over the human being.
Yeah.
And they say, no. Don't judge, because any judgment that comes from a very subjective state is wrong.
Yeah.
So it is like if we were, let's say, boiling. If our head is boiling, don't make conclusions. You just refresh yourself. When you are cold, you again start to think. But don't think while you are so emotionally involved, because any conclusion is going nowhere. It doesn't make any sense. It's difficult because they only know that way of behaving. They have been always judging. So if they don't get to stop judging, it's impossible to get rid of this problem.
Yeah.
It's difficult. So as you understand, this is not something that, okay, I'm going to work with Joaquin in a month. No. This is not a matter of a month. Sometimes it is, but most of the times it is not. Because we are dealing with emotions, perceptions, feelings, thought processes, you have to rebuild that puzzle.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that we have to assemble the puzzle again.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen all of a sudden. So if you have built up a problem inside of you in a matter of years, you cannot get rid of it in a matter of weeks. We don't need years to get rid of it, because when we work very consciously, you neutralize a lot of wrong practice, and very quickly. But you know, I say to them, don't worry, you have to make the work you have to do, and the work will bring out the results. Bring about the results. So you have to be in charge of the work, and the work will be in charge of the results. It's difficult for them to understand that.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you are calm, if you are quiet, that quietness and that calmness will bring about the results, not you. You are not going to decide what that emotional state is going to do. You decide the emotional state, and then you let the emotional state to decide what it has to decide.
Yeah.
And this is exactly how it should happen. It's difficult for them not to do that, because they are like the donkeys and carts, you know? They remove the donkeys and they start pushing the cart. They say, okay, I'm going to pull the cart better than donkeys. So they remove the donkeys, they put the donkeys on the cart, and they start doing this. And I say, no, it doesn't happen that way. It is very easy for a donkey to pull a cart. It's absolutely impossible for you to do it, because you don't have the strength enough to do it. So just let the donkeys or the oaks, I don't know how the oaks to do it, because they do it just, you don't have to do anything. So our unconscious, when our unconscious doesn't interfere, it is very easy. We don't have to interfere. Let's let our unconscious to do things. But first of all, we have to know if our emotions are the right ones. Otherwise, our unconscious is not going to let things happen. That's the problem. So as you can see, I have to educate the person. I mean, I'm not educating a musician. No. I'm not teaching the pianist to play piano. I'm not teaching the violinist to play violin. I don't know how to do that. I teach them to free their capacities again. And hopefully, I do it. There's a saying in Spain which says, you should better put slippers on than carpet the whole world. So the way you look at things is the way you're going to live it. I mean, you're not going to make an ideal world for you. It's impossible. You put the right glasses and you'll see the color of your life. That's what happens. So if you change your way to look at the fact, all the reactions are going to change. So if you rescue yourself and you feel like you used to feel when you first started playing the instrument, that world is going to disappear. Because Dr. Jekyll is not interested in Mr. Hyde's world.